Welcome back, Wittenberg Academy, Latin 4, Lesson 105. Let us look at, here they tell you, point 2, learn the subjunctive of sum in all tenses. Being on page 298, do indeed learn that. We talked about that last time. And now, subjunctive in independent sentences. Remember, the subjunctive is mostly used in dependent clauses. There are just a few uses of the subjunctive in independent clauses. It has been stated that while the subjunctive is primarily the mood of the dependent clause, it does have certain uses. A, the hortatory subjunctive, which expresses a command or exhortation. Let them eat cake, or let us pray. In Latin, that's going to use the subjunctive. The optative subjunctive, which expresses a wish. I wish I were a rich man. And the potential subjunctive, which expresses a possibility or represents an action as possible. This use of the subjunctive is not often found in Latin writers, and we shall not consider it further. So really just two uses, the hortatory and the optative subjunctive. Section 4, the hortatory subjunctive. The subjunctive may be used in the present tense to express a command or an exhortation. The negative is ne. This use is generally limited to the first and third person, since the imperative is used for the second person. And so on the top of page 207, you have a summary here of how commands are done in Latin. So in the first person, singular and plural, in the first person and third person singular and the first person and third person plural, you use the subjunctive. So laudum, let me praise. Laudamus, let us praise. Laudit, let him praise. Laudant, let them praise. But in the second person, you use the imperative. Lauda, praise. Laudate, y'all praise. And then similarly, just used with the negative. The same thing. The use is ne, used with the subjunctive in the first and third persons, and noli, used with the imperative in the second person. All right, so that is all. And the exercises, your translations. Perient ei qui nobiscum pugnant. So perient ei, that's the first clause. How do I know it's the first clause? Because qui, a relative pronoun, always begins a dependent clause. Perient ei, let them perish, may they perish, qui nobiscum pugnant, who fight against us. May those who fight against us perish. 2. Pareamus patribus nostris. Let us perish for our fathers. So that's the hortatory subjunctive. Let us perish. 3. Ne neglegamus pensa hodie. Let us not neglect the lesson today, the exercise today, pensa. The exercises, I should say. It's neuter plural, accusative. 4. Ei liberi suos libros current. Now here's a great example of having to know, you must know, what conjugation current comes from. If it's first conjugation, current with that E in the ending is a subjunctive. However, if it's second conjugation, it is a present, and if it's third conjugation, it's a future indicative. But it's from kuro, so if I might not know, so I'd have to look up kuro. So let's look up kuro back here. And what does it say next to kuro? It has a 1. So I know that that is first conjugation. So this is indeed subjunctive. So let those children, or let these children, care for their own books. 5. Amemus patriam pariamus senatui consolamus bonis. These are all hortatory subjunctives. Let us love the fatherland. Let us perish for the Senate. Not perio, but pario. Let us obey the Senate. and let us consult, let us make plans in accordance with what is good. So likewise in sentence 2, I messed that up. You probably noticed. Not let us perish for our fathers, but pariamus, let us obey our fathers. And 6, so there's a classic example of not noticing which conjugation these things are from, and really the spelling. And 6, ne difficilia optemus, ne difficilia optemus. Let us not hope for difficult things. All right, that does it for lesson 5, and the phone's ringing, so the lesson's done.